Alright, let's see what's going on in this tent.
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men are listening to some new form of music. It's like nothing you've ever heard. One of them looks at you.
Come on, get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out.
It's safe to assume this is their leader, or at least he thinks he is.
Smells like sweat and laundry detergent, plus a trace of ether. Canisters filled with what appears to be water. The label says distilled. A speaker, the big kind they use for live music. Pile of nasal sprays, brand name, Nose-Fed Ultra. Oh, they're getting high.
A young man with peroxide blonde hair holds up a Harman Walshy tape player, nodding along to the music. He looks at you with a knowing smile and says, as though you're supposed to be sharing some tremendous evangelical secret,
Hardcore!
Say nothing.
Hardcore!
Don't say anything.
Hardcore to the mega!
Say nothing.
Internally coherent.
Still say nothing.
All-core! All-right! Yeah!
Nope.
He furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime invisible movement of the music in the very real air of the stuffy tent.
Hardcore! Ah!
No, but seriously, I'm a little worried it isn't.
The question is, what is the question?
Just answer the question.
But there was no question.
Could there have been a right way out of this garden of forking paths, you think? The young man with the tape recorder acknowledges your return. When he looks at you, he squints as though you were the setting sun.
This is hardcore. Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega. Internally coherent. All-core! All-right!
He furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime invisible movement of the music in the very real air of the stuffy tent.
Hardcore! Ah!
So hardcore.
Is it though?
It fucking is.
But is it? I mean, really?
The question is, what is the question?
No, but seriously, I'm a bit worried it isn't.
The skin on your back is crawling. For a second, you can't even hear the music anymore. There is a hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Ghislain, right next to the canal. Don't be alarmed. Everything is okay. He isn't actually worried. Everything is still super hardcore. What he probably means is, it could be even more so.
You said you were worried. What do you think is wrong with the music?
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm still in love with the hardcore. Sometimes I just feel like anodic music is in its infancy, you know? For example, take this Arno van Eyck jam I've been pumping for the last months and will continue pumping for the rest of 51. Isn't something holding it back from being hyper? It's like it's only ultra.
I think it's super hardcore, but you're right. It's not hyper hardcore.
It's only ultra.
It is, isn't it? I knew it. But how could it become harder core? I know the answer in my heart, but cannot sink it in my head. If this is not hyper, how could anything be?
Try to think about what could make it hard or core.
What? Guys, there's something happening in his head.
Think even harder.
Oh yeah, he's doing it.
My imagination has failed me.
I know, so does mine.
But there's something else that hasn't failed you.
Sounds suspiciously like a question. I thought the question was, what is the question?
No, this is the answer.
Wait, I just remembered something. I'm the police.
Uh-huh.
The young man is bursting with anticipation. Actually, it's more likely to hinder us.
Oh,
I need something extra. Okay. Alright, we're gonna say, we're gonna do this check.
The large-headed
Good morning! Yeah! Pump it up!
Phys-
It up! Pump it up!
Physical instrument challenging. Maybe your body can tell you what Arno van Eyck's jam is missing to make it harder core.
You know it in your lungs where the pressure should vibrate, in your heart that's alone, and in your solar plexus where the hits should land. So does every chordate animal.
Needs more bass.
What?
The young man makes a sudden move like he's about to turn the volume down, but that would be ridiculous. And a melody. A good melody is what makes the song really stick. So that you can't get it out of your head anymore.
Wow, okay. We should start with the melody. But where would we get that stuff from?
I don't know. I was thinking you would know.
I'm sorry. I don't know anything about Nordic music. I'm just the party boy. I get the people going and say it's hardcore.
He feels ashamed he can't be of more service to the future of dance music.
All right, I'll look into it in an official capacity. It's up to the police to make the beats go harder.
The young man falls silent with appreciation. He even tries to contain his smile, as if it could hinder your investigation.
Basically, what you need to find here is a tape with some banging music on it, so that Egghead could use it to remix Van Eyck's jam.
Yeah, maybe that street talker across the pawn shop has got some tapes to sell. That's just an idea.
There is a hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Ghislain, right next to the canal. A reel of magnetic tape is caught in its branches, like bronze ribbons blowing in the wind.
Rue de Saint-Ghislain. I've been there.
Oh, I know this. I can tell you where it is.
St. G is the boulevard before the canal bridge. The one that takes you to the whirling in rags in the industrial harbour. It's got the lanterns and
I knew that. I could have said that.
the mosaic sidewalk.
But it's all blocked with that stupid traffic jam right now. Anyway,
It feels cold.
Does it?
Anyway, that's all yours to figure out, Copman.
Copman!
Actually, I have a tape with me. Maybe you can use it to improve Van Eyck's jam.
Tape! Yeah! Spins the tape until the space escape! Yeah!
I got you this banging mega mix. Give him the Great Door Gunner mega mix.
Alright!
He snatches the tape from your hand and attaches it to the empty reel slot. One hand on his headphones, he listens to the audio, then shaking his head, he says,
No! No! This is gonna make people scared! Keep it positive! Keep the love in the house! Yeah!
Are you a thought reader?
No nation, but transnation! No war, but class war!
Does that mean you're a thought reader?
don't be a lunatic. Of course he isn't. Jermaine here just yells random things. Odds are, sooner or later one of them will come off as fault reading.
Yeah! Revolution imperative!
Unless you were thinking Revachol imperative right now. Anyway, I've had a similar thing happen with eggs yelling. I know what you mean.
I was thinking Revachol imperative.
That's fucked up, man. Lying like that. And a cop too.
So, you're a thought reader. You're a communist?
He's not a communist. It's just something he likes to yell. He picked it up from a tape jockey at the Elysium. She was a communist, though.
Yeah! With the rebel yell!
Communists are pansies. Can't fight invaders with internationalist babble. You need the strength of the pure nation.
I can do that! If you want that, I can be a conduit for the mystical nationhood!
Please don't turn him into a fascist.
Oh yeah, sure. This is exactly what we need.
Be a fascist, egghead. Our future needs your help.
Aye!
Wow. Egghead is a fascist now. Tell me something, Egghead.
The nation rules the nation!
Welcome to Revachol.
Welcome to Revachol! Welcome to Revachol! mystical nationhood.
The bright future of Revachol reflects of Jermaine Egghead's giant smile. A world of Revacholian domination, where its shores are bereft of ill influence.
So your real name is Jermaine?
Darkcord Hardcore! Jermaine Egghead!
Basically, yes it is.
Why are there lungs on your belt buckle?
Lungs are for love!
Huh?
When Dolores Day was anointed innocence, her lungs started glowing through her body. For the world loved her, and she loved it back. Yeah!
Really?
I think so.
Doesn't sound like something that would happen.
But that's what everybody saw. Explain it as you please. But it doesn't really do to just deny it ever happened.
Okay, Egghead. So we need to get these boys that tape. I wonder if I have time to go to the pawn shop before it closes. I should have 15 minutes. I think. 20, it closes at 2100 hours. Full of holes. Could the post hide treasure? Oh, really? Okay, I'm not getting distracted with this shit. I'm gonna come back. I want to go to the pawn shop and see if I can buy them a music tape or some shit. Before I can't for the rest of the day. I'm kind of broke, but...
Officer, the flashlight, please.
Oh my god, okay.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything. I doubt it, but I can...
The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing cut. All the old boomboxes are a typical Martinez streetlight. You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the...
Did I mention that this figure...
That was a very smooth salesman's grin that almost comes off as earnest.
Ah.
The hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gislain. Bronze-colored ribbons of magnetic tape are caught in its branches. Just like promised, you've stood here for what seems like eons, guzzling the sickly fumes of lorries and carriages.
Pat the tree.
Patting the tree reveals a small sticker which has almost been worn to oblivion. It reads, RCM Emergencies Desk, number 8102, underneath a slogan, Mankind, be vigilant. You tree-hugging pansy.
Okay, we need
The
this.
gnarled hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint, like an immaculate...
Fuck you, game.
The gnarled hawthorn tree, with slow and deliberate motions, pulling, bending, and unraveling, you manage to extricate the magnetic tape from the branches. It curls up into a mess inside your pocket. If only you could find a way to re-spool it, so that you could hear what's on the tape.
Find a way to re-spool it? Okay, my first instinct was this. I believe it is correct.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
Can you fix this bundle of magnetic tape?
You mean re-spool it? Yeah, I do, but
What?
I'm not some Mr. Fix-It. I'm a pawnbroker. If you want to pawn the tape, sure. Although it looks pretty worthless.
Just explain why you need this so much. He's bound to understand.
It's not worthless, Roy. This could be the next big thing for the local dance music scene.
Huh? What do you mean?
I met some young enthusiasts down the coast, and they play this weird dance music, which is called anotic music.
Is it any good? The music, I mean.
No, that's the thing. You can't believe how unbelievably thin the beat is. There's nothing to it, no bass. It just goes bazoot, bazoot, bazoot. But this tape could make it hardcore.
Man, you're really invested in this.
He looks at the bundle of tape in front of him. It shimmers under the shop's dazzling light show.
Okay, I'll help you out. It's going to take a moment, though, so just sit back and relax.
You take some time to look around the store. The play of visuals all around the pawn shop is mesmerizing. Suddenly, Roy turns back to you with a reel of tape in his hand and coughs.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, my pleasure.
The door's closed for today. Time for the kids to go to sleep. Booze. Nice.
The large-headed youth.
Welcome to Rattleshall! Yeah!
I found this reel of tape. Maybe you can use it to hard up Ike's jam.
Yeah! Remix time! Tape goes here, into deck B.
A hand on his ear, he listens to the audio through his headphones and shouts.
Wow! Did you get this from Arno himself?
A great excitement is bubbling to the surface within him. This is big.
What do you mean?
Listen, I'm just going to show it to you. Ready? Wow! Here's that! The signs match perfectly! Now, if only we had the beat for the full assault, it would be unbelievably hyper!
Intriguing. The way I see it, Van Eyck based his remix on some famous original piece, like a folk song, something local. Seems you found an initial part with the main melody.
I think it's just happenstance. Chaos in action. Contingencies of our limited existence. That and Egghead's fantastic talent.
Noid's right. Egghead's technical talent is the key. Something mysterious is going on here.
Maybe Ike lives around here and just threw a part of his song away because he thought it was shit.
Be how it may, if it fits, it fits. Bring up the volume.
What about the bass? Do you have any ideas for that?
Yeah, I remember. You said it needs more bass.
You can't just leave it without a bass track.
Honestly, nothing springs to mind right now, but I'll see if I can come up with a solution down the line.
Yo, the warrior! The warrior of dance music!
We got a new thought. Arno van Eyck. The question won't leave you. Why did the melody line from a broken and discarded tape fit perfectly into a song played by some speed freaks in a frozen tent? Can it be a coincidence? Maybe it's the hand of the man-machine himself and his attempt to craft a perfect song. Maybe Egghead is actually Arno van Eyck in disguise? Ike? Egg?
Don't be too hard on yourself if you don't figure it out. I think the jam's already pretty ultra.
But it could be hyper hardcore!
Okay.
You see a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Shake his hand.
His grip is strong, sweaty, and warm. He's trying to project and inspire confidence.
This is my posse, Noid.
The young man with earrings looks at you suspiciously.
And Egghead.
Egg!
Together with a Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers.
Wait, how many music venues have you organized?
We have many in the pipeline, officer.
Why are you here?
You see, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Also for talent.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
Place is a shithole.
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues.
Next time, watch yourself.
I will, lawman.
The young man nods and drops a drilled chuck into a plastic container.
Which brings me to the problem of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of narcomania on the coast.
What?
I'm talking about the church. And I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
Dopeheads!
Burnouts.
Well, I'm sad to say,
Like
that's
you
exactly
guys.
what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that in Reversholt.
Strike that! The world!
And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts holed up in there were the worst kind.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze, letting you imagine just how bad those dopeheads and burners really are.
I don't know, I'm a bit of a dopehead myself.
Oh, if it was just like that, it would be fine. But they're also spooky.
What do you mean by spooky?
I was hoping you would be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge.
Also, they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse.
People just want to spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that.
Thank you, Egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for.
I'll look into it, tell me more.
All right, man.
Andre's obviously very happy you took him seriously. The whole tent is. The boys exchanged giddy looks.
First, tell me about this tent full of equipment.
Yes. What?
What's with the, I see you brought your own water.
Yeah. Good to have, bitch to carry. When I first scouted the place, I did some reconnaissance. I'm not sure the church even has running water.
It's distilled, too.
Oh. It's It's the one they sell at the fuel station.
Hate to tell you, but it smells like sweat in here.
It does, doesn't it?
Told you we have a smell problem.
I also smell ether. Why?
Ether? I don't smell ether. Do you, Noid?
No,
It's mixed with a peculiar chemical scent like laundry detergent.
He sniffs the air, then shrugs. A shrug is good enough for us. Why say it when you can shrug it?
What's with all the Nosafed?
The what now?
Point at the bottles of nasal spray. The Nosafed Ultra. You have a lot of it here.
Oh, the old Ultra. I have a major sinus infection. Stuffy nose. We all do. Shit's all blasted up. Winter. Can't even breathe.
Sound fine to me.
Yes, that's all Nosafed's doing. Without the Noser, I'd be drowning in shit right now.
Nosafed is the shit.
Can I have some? I have nose problems too.
Sure. Here you go, officer. The Noser. Blast away.
Okay.
He nods enthusiastically, no doubt a little relieved.
You mentioned some kind of Ecclesiastes own the church. Who are the Ecclesiastes?
Oh yeah, that's a meteor and name for the founding party. Thought it'd be cool to use it.
Oh, the founding party. I know. What is the founding party?
Come to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know. I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organisation.
And?
And they have roots in ancient mass society. And they're the custodians of the Pericarnassian Church. Plus, they anoint the innocents. They, like, made the innocentic system, no?
They sound like exactly the kind of people who would want loud anodic music in their church.
You're right, they do.
He says without the slightest hint of irony.
The Pericarnassian Church is about love. And Nordic music is about love. I got love for my Pericarnassian posse. Love is the relay out of death. We dance.
He violently shakes the tape player as if to see if he can break it.
Love is hardcore.
Unity.
Unity!
Make some noise for my Insulindian posse.
He turns the volume up, then looks at you with a knowing nod as if it's obvious you will now break into dance.
You feel it, the anodes and the cathodes coursing through you. Your big toe starts tapping along to the bass, as if testing the waters.
Nod your head, enjoy the beat.
Feels good.
You're right. How could the founding party be anything but enthusiastic? Dance music is about love, and so is the Pericarnassian Church.
Yeah! Yakokata! The place to be!
He seems ecstatic that you share his vision of Pericarnassianism.
Do it for the masses. Do it for the crew.
I didn't want to say it, but it was pretty lame of you to imply otherwise. Anyway, you got more questions?
The one with the large head is still looking at you, nodding his head, waiting for your body to start moving.
Yeah! Let it out! Let the disco happen! Bring the disco into this world! Get this church shit on, and then dance there, motherfucker!
Who exactly are these people inside the church?
Truth is, I don't really know. None of us do. I don't even know how many there are. All we've seen are glimpses.
You haven't even seen them and you want the police involved?
Well, there's also the machinery.
This machinery is of the deeply mystical variety.
When I first scouted the place, back in February, it was abandoned, empty. Took some time getting the crew together. So about 2 weeks ago, we came here hoping to set the stuff up. Suddenly, there are all these strange machines lying around in there.
One of them has wires running into bowls of water. Wires into water. Never seen anything like it.
Andre, tell him about the feeling.
Oh, and it felt like there was something in there with us, watching us from the dark.
No, the other one.
Which other one? I'm not as in tune with my emotions as you are, Egg.
Felt like silence. Awful silence.
But you haven't physically seen anyone?
Not exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the church. A couple of times. and we felt someone or something eyeing us inside. But that's kinda it.
What was that about something watching you?
Like you aren't alone, you know?
It wasn't quite human, if you know what I mean.
Non-human means a predator.
It was this dark shape climbing upside down along the ceiling, like some kind of crab man.
A crab man?
Yeah, you know, the way it was climbing up and around the ceiling, like a crab.
It was stalking a cell, exhibiting ambush behaviour.
Ambush behavior. Crab man.
Crab man!
Yeah, totally. I mean, I didn't personally see it. Estelle was alone that time, but I believe her. If she comes out running and says there's a crab in there, there's a crab in there.
So he hasn't even been in there lately. Is he afraid?
You should ask her about it, but be nice. Don't tell her you don't believe in the crab.
Can you tell me more about this machinery?
You should talk to Noid about that. I just got a distinct burnout and dopehead sign from them. Probably jacked up to some snuff station too. Probably, very likely.
With a small surge of PEA, alertness fills you, as if to say, this is a dark corner. Look behind it.
Jacked up to some snuff station.
It means like one of those rich boy private radio stations, where you can listen to people getting killed on, then jerk off to it. Sick shit.
Must be. Even Kuno knew that.
Not that we would know anything about that. Noid just likes to relay stuff. We're getting derailed here. In short, you can tell to Noid about the machines. He'll tell you more.
So how can you be sure that there's dope heads and burnouts if you haven't even seen them?
Well, honestly, I can't. But I am.
Why not? Let's go with that.
Yeah, my guy's just a dumbass. I don't see a single thing wrong with that argument.
I'm 70% sure they're substance users. Don't let the technology fool you.
Alright, let's talk about something else.
Sure. What?
What's the status of the church? I haven't gotten inside yet.
I asked Noid to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. A padlock. It's a temporary fix. Just something to contain the situation.
I had to do it in a hurry. Not my best work, but it should hold for a while.
What about the key?
Of course. Noid, give the officer the key.
All right.
Be the cool cop. Catch the key as it flies towards you.
You sense the trajectory of the little piece of metal and plastic. The object makes a small ringing sound as it approaches. Just the tiniest chime to your left.
Catch it.
Ka-ching! The key hits your palm. The speed freaks nod to you approvingly.
Bask in glory.
The young man with ribcage-shaped suspenders looks at you, standing there, with a goofy grin on your face. The word august, used as an adjective. That's how cool it feels to be old and cool in the eyes of the young. Let's face it, you're near death, yet bathed in the golden rays of stately grandeur. Like a late summer's day. Like a daddy-o. Like a tequila sunset.
I already said I'm not, but... Damn right, I'm Tequila Sunset. Arriba!
Of course you are. It's too late to be a tequila sunrise now. There will be no sunrise. Not for you.
How long have those people been locked in there?
Not long. Like a week, maybe?
Good God. That's cool. Taking initiative like this is proper citizen behavior, and I endorse it.
Thank you. We just thought it was the right thing to do. Sure, man. Tell us what you want to know. Let's do it. As always...
Not gonna try that godly check.
So you had a talk with
yet.
Andre, and now you want to discuss things with Noid. Good.
Skin shows through the holes in the Speed Freak's too large sweater in front of him. An open toolbox full of carpentry tools and parts.
It's good you talked to Andre first. Gave me time to get a reading on your sign. Can't really talk to people before you get a reading.
He runs his hand through his hair, which is combed back in mock seriousness, and continues to fiddle with some gears. Sign?
Yeah, gotta compare. See if we can align.
Interesting.
I suck at socialising, man. Even now, our sign synchronisation is way off. But I'll see what I can do.
Tell me about the machines you saw in the church.
Weird stuff. Specialised. There was a data processor and some sort of long-wave machinery. Wires going into water. Gives off a spy sign. Or some fucked up Samaran science sign. You know, the kind that goes head first into the supernatural.
What's wrong with the supernatural?
Most of it doesn't exist.
Clicked the wrong thing.
But there's also stuff that isn't allowed to exist. Because the moralists think it's too dangerous for the plebs. Psionic powers, pale-related diseases, pretenders pretending to be human, folk rights, that kind of stuff.
Why are you called Noid?
The hardcore aesthetic is esoteric. It's not meant to be discussed with the law at this moment.
It's not easy to reach a harmonic resonance of signs without some adjustment.
Does this mean we need sign matching?
Yes, further sign matching would do good for us. One way to achieve this would be by getting us into the church.
Okay.
The shaggy-haired girl kneels on the sea ice. She looks up as you approach.
So you talked to my associates, right? Are you going to help us? With the church,
Yep.
I mean.
I will.
Great. Let us know if there's any progress, will ya? We've been waiting for weeks here.
The others told me you went into the church. What did you see?
Oh, that. You're not going to believe me. There's no point in me telling you.
We'll see. Go ahead and tell me.
Okay. I went in and I saw a woman next to one of those machines there. Noid calls it a mainframe. She was dressed like someone who's been raised by their grandmother, you know, strange old clothes. Had this absent expression, didn't say anything, just stood still. And then, you know, right behind her, a man crawled down the wall, upside down like a crab, down the church wall. I think the woman didn't even know he was there. He was completely silent. He stopped right before he got to the floor, then just hung there like that, looking at me. Right at me. I fucking turned around and walked out. End of story.
What does the crab man look like?
It was too dark. I couldn't tell exactly.
I believe you.
Why?
Why would you lie to me?
Nothing. Anyway, what else?
What would you stand to gain? Yeah, why would you lie? There's no reason this girl would lie. I'd like to know more about your associates.
My associates? I haven't got much to say about them.
Oh, come on. You must know something.
Of course I do. I just don't tell people about my friends and who they are and so on. I don't provide information on them.
Okay, then. What about you?
Me? I'm a silver bird.
Hmm.
Don't know what makes you think it'll be any different later, but...
Anna Van Eyck. Okay, so Egghead is clearly not Van Eyck in disguise. Van Eyck is an Oranese disc jockey, but those people get around, especially in Revachol, in the clubs on Boogie Street. Perhaps he stayed here for a short stint and discarded part of the song he was working on, just threw it away, and then it ended up in the hawthorn tree. But why? Did he think it was retrograde? It wasn't. Perhaps he caught a glimpse of the future and did not want for it to arrive just yet. Perhaps the city whispered the top line to him, and he was frightened by it.
We get all Motoric white checks unlocked, reveal Arno Van Eyck's gig posters in the world. All Motoric white checks unlocked. Okay, so if I failed any, I get them. Reveals Arno Van Eyck gig posters in the world as a separate thing. That's cool. Never seen that. I don't know what good that's going to do, but hopefully we see some. Okay, it's time to go get my gun, and then we'll worry about the church tomorrow.
A metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. You could use it to call someone, unless you're out of change.
Pick it up.
You hear the tone. The machine is inoperable.
Put 10 cents in the dial and dial a random number. 0052403-155.
Calling. Still calling. This feels wrong. Should you be doing this? End of tone.
Pierre? Is that you, Pierre?
Yes, it's me, Pierre.
So nice of you to find the time to call me. It gets so lonely. Even the animals have died.
It gets lonely even when you're with people.
Are you sure you're Pierre? Your voice, it's different. There. Chrysanthemum.
Her voice is drowned in white noise. Sounds like waves washing a beach, growing in volume until the call suddenly disconnects.
Put 10 more cents in and dial a random number. 00551179112.
Calling. Still again. Seriously, someone with a masculine voice picks up.
Hello, Gerard speaking.
Gerard, what a douche name. Change it. Change your name.
What are you, like 5?
A woman's voice shouts something in the background. When Gerard speaks again, his voice is hushed.
Thanks for calling, asshole.
Phone hanging up. Disconnect tone.
Put 10 cents in and dial a random number. 00599777313.
Calling. 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 Still.
Stop calling me, man.
Someone picks up. The voice on the other end is slightly hysterical.
I'll get you your money, alright? I just need till tonight. Let me work.
Yeah, but a slight change of plans. I want this delivered to the Whirling and Rags and Martinet. What the fuck?
Tethys. Hey! You're not Tethys. Screw you, and don't ever call here again. You're fucking with some serious people.
Disconnect
It
tone.
sounded like one of the Skull Kids. Put 10 cents in and dial a random number. 00511111313.
Calling.
I'm tired.
A man answers fast this time. His voice is hoarse from cigarettes. You hear typing in the background.
Sounds like he hasn't talked to anyone in quite a while.
What are you tired of?
Writing. I hate writing so much. But I have to get back to it.
The man disappears with a sigh. You do not hear the customary disconnect tone, just silence in the handset. The machine is still waiting for you to dial a number. Lucky you. The call went too fast for the payphone to register. You can still make a new one without paying.
Dial a random number with your eyes closed.
You close your eyes and put your index finger on the rotary dial. Then pull down on the number. Then move one up and repeat the motion twice. Strange. This is not how you started before.
Keep dialing.
414447. The rotary dial feels cold from the sea air.
Keep dialing.
1117361. Your fingers keep moving like a spider. Every time the ring rotates back with a little ring of metal, like a bell tolling.
There's more?
Yes. 451-67451. You are going deeper now, into some unknown place, far away from this island of matter and its telecommunication networks.
Finish it.
451. You have dialed God knows how many numbers. The headset has been waiting silently to relay a signal. Surely nothing can come of this, you think. But it does. A connection. An ultra-long distance call. Your air fills with a crackle, the wash of a strange ocean full of white noise. A little bird starts ringing in there, not like the local calling tone before. No, a small ring in a cage of distortion, far away. A distant network of phones calling in the night. The saddest sound in the world. Both pitiful and terrifying. You feel your pulse rising with each ring, calling still, ringing by the bedside of a dark but capacious apartment with long windows. You know this to be true. The handset starts slipping from your sweaty palm Your breathing is heavy.
Long windows? How do I know?
You just do. And you know it is going to hurt.
Let it call.
Calling, 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 calling still. Then the ocean breaks. Out of the depths, a woman's voice emerges. Small. The dearest thing you've ever heard.
Hello?
I want to die.
What?
Your voice makes me want to turn into dust.
Oh no. Is that you?
Hello.
Hmm. Who is this?
Who is this?
Dora. Who is this? The connection is bad.
Dora. The name feels like a gift. A gift that was meant for you, to make it possible to live and fight. In the distorted distance, you hear someone turning next to her. Bed springs rattle.
Don't react.
It doesn't matter if you react or not. You still think you hear a man's voice in the background. It's covered in pain and white noise.
I'm the last faithful kingsman. I will free the city of Ravishal. I will turn back the sea. I will reverse time.
You're not a kingsman, Harry. You're drunk.
I'm not drunk or high. I'm just hurt. Why does it hurt to talk to you?
Oh, God.
Hey,
Do you know what time it is? It's so late here. It's 4 o'clock, Harry. I need to wake up in 2 hours.
where are you going?
To work.
Where?
The academy, where I work.
The academy? That sounds better than my job. I'm happy.
No response, only a sigh. The connection crackles like burning paper.
I want to talk about me. Who am I? You sound like you know me.
What do you want to talk about that we haven't talked about already?
This is bad. You feel your right hand on the handset cramping up with pain.
Where are you? You sound like you're in another world.
I'm in Morova, sleeping.
I'm the law. I'm a detective. I'm doing a case. There's a hanged man.
She does not answer anymore.
None of this matters. Not anymore.
Harry.
Disconnect tone. The machine ran out of money.
Dial again.
You dial the number again. 26 pulls of the rotary dial. The machine eats the coin, and a terrifying ocean of distance rustles in your ear. In the middle of it, a familiar ring. Small, distorted, calling, 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 calling. It looks like she doesn't want to pick it up, Harry. Stop scaring her.
Why?
Come on, you know why.
Let it ring.
Calling, calling.
Harry, please.
Underneath it, she is naked and warm under a blanket.
You're warm.
There's a sigh.
I need answers to my mystery.
Please. I'm going to hang up now, okay?
Phone hanging up. Disconnect tone. You dial the number again. Calling, 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 and calling for who knows how long. But no one answers. You need to insert more money to call again.
Do you want my money? Punch the phone.
The cold metal takes your mind away from that voice. For 1 second at least.
You want more money now, huh? You fucking want my money? Punch the phone.
It didn't give you any fun for that money. Your hand is swelling up.
Yikes.
Cop of the apocalypse. It's not fire. It's not ash. There will most certainly be a sea of corpses leading up to the event. But it won't be war or pestilence that causes it. Oh no, the event will belong to a genre of cataclysm no man has dared to suspect would ever come to pass. You can only sense the shape of it, like a cavity, a pit opening up in your stomach, a throat into which the world will vanish. The streets, the grass, the stars, all will be rolled back. By whom, by what, and how, you don't know. All you know is, you're not joking around.
Put your hands where I can see them.
The aging woman under a mountain of police paraphernalia mumbles to herself, then notices you and reaches for the megaphone.
Show me your hands. This is the pigs. Show me your hands. Right now!
Scavenged, battery-powered police lights protrude from her back. The flickering light show reveals a gun in her shaking hand. Her hand is trembling from some sort of neurodegenerative disease. You shouldn't be here. Something's very wrong with her. She's completely out of control.
It's just a standard flashlight, ma'am. Calm down.
Failure to comply. Suspect is displaying aggression. Officer, under duress! Officer, under duress!
Her eyes bulge with terror. Veins protrude on her forehead.
I am the police. Don't move. Don't move. Hands on your head. Suspect is armed and dangerous.
Ma'am, I need you to calm down. I just want to talk.
Lateral vascular neck restraint. Carotid sleeper. Carotid sleeper. Critically reducing blood from passing through the neck of the suspect.
This is dangerous. You're 70% certain you always leave your gun loaded.
You're not the police. I'm the police. I'm the law.
Back up! Back up! Back up! Status unconfirmed!
Me back up? Lieutenant W. Freighter, Harrier Dubois, 41st Precinct.
No, no. I thought Mr. Moran. Gareth.
Aggravated assault! Man down! Officers interfere!
What's the situation?
Law enforcement compromised! Impersonating a police officer!
Here, I really am a cop. Look at my badge.
License and registration! License and registration! Come in, dispatch! Sector! Azimuth!
She's losing it. One twitch and there would be blood.
Identify yourself, ma'am.
It's a goddamn police shitbag! Cut the pavement! You're under arrest!
As she waves her hands, you notice familiar-looking ampoules and packets sticking out of the mountain of police gear on her back. Medicine or drugs? She thinks she's a police officer. Try treating her like a police officer. A lower-ranking police officer.
Officer Pigs, W. Freighter, Harrier Dubois, requesting your sidearm for inspection. Hold out and show her your badge.
What?
Patrol officer, you're in gross violation of the RCM Code of Conduct.
Sir?
She hesitates, looking around in confusion. The three-barreled pepper box wavers in her hand. Patrol officer, I have to sign you up for a disciplinary hearing.
With a swift, poorly coordinated move, the woman slams the megaphone against her lips and teeth. A trickle of blood runs down her chin. She doesn't notice it.
Officer compromise! Unlawful impersonation! Pigs en route! Engage your will!
Okay, she's actually more agitated now. My bad.
Time to get my gun. Formidable. Hand-eye coordination.
All right.
This
This is
fuck
our
yeah.
point. You hurl the tear bag in her face, already darting right, and immediately close the distance. Left hand grabs the barrel, right one breaks the wrist. A drop of sweat runs down your nose, and in it you see the Martinez Inlet wrapped in the night. In the abandoned fish market, two figures face each other in a spectacular light show. One of them is forced to stare into the 3 empty barrels of a gun. Not an uncommon sight in the neighborhood.
Go ahead, pull the trigger. I dare you.
Suicide bag hop. Split-second decision. Eat lead, scumbag.
Oh, I see. Okay, the gun was empty. All is good. You're fine.
What is this? This isn't police issue. Police weapons have bullets. This isn't real. Police guns always have bullets. What is this? Why did you sell me this?
She looks devastated. Grab the gun right now. This might be your only chance.
Pick it up.
No one ever cares anymore. Why would they treat me like this?
Okay, you need to figure out what to do with her now.
Nobody's ever around. Nobody ever comes to visit me.
I'm very sorry this is how life turned out for you.
Her scratched skin is warm to the touch, but the person inside doesn't even know you're there.
What am I gonna do with you?
The catatonic woman, especially now that she's unarmed, doesn't seem to be a threat to anyone but herself.
Titus wants to be the sheriff. I'll tell him where to find you. Maybe he knows your family.
Please leave the radio on. Mr. Moran is on Channel 8.
She stands motionless, just a heap of clothes and flashes now. Maybe if you search her once more. The woman stands slumped. She looks catatonic under her mountain of RCM paraphernalia. Is one of those things a police cap? There were narcotics in there too. You're thinking of taking them.
Pick up the cap.
She doesn't even flinch as you reach out and disentangle the familiar-looking lieutenant's cap from her mountain of RCM paraphernalia.
Take the narcotics.
You take the vial of Pyrrolidon and the bottle of speed as evidence, obviously.
Shake her shoulder.
The old woman doesn't react to your touch.
Sweet, we got a new hat. Yeah, it gives us authority and it looks cooler than the fucking whatever you call those things, sports visor. Gives us authority. Okay, so it's getting late. We'll go ahead and head back to the Whirling in Rags and see if we can talk to people. Blood drips from your knuckles to the sand. Drip, drip, drip from punching the phone. A faint smell of smoldering, melted insulation, nylon, and ozone.
Hi again, gendarme. Bye-bye, gendarme.
Okay. Double check if there's anything left to do. Party and the pigs. Okay, I kind of need Kim. Kitsuragi. I will save the church for when we have Kim.
It's getting cold.
Time for sleep. Can I shave my shit yet?
On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next to your hand shakes so hard you can't even muster up the.
Fuck you, game. That's why you quick save in every game all the fucking time.
It's getting cold.
Never know when you're gonna fail a 72% chance.
On the table, you see a bowl of water. Like an artist with a brush or a master swordsman, you use the small mirror and the straight razor with some soap to remove all that unkempt hair from below the nose line. The sharp blade chafes against your skin, producing a scratching sound. The surface underneath the beard feels tender, the air brushing against it chilly.
Feel your clean-shaven cheeks.
They feel so smooth, surprisingly so. A feeling of freshness overcomes you, as if you just came from a cold bath.
Was shaving the right call?
The water reflects back a vague image of your clean-shaven face. Despite the bulbous nose, unkempt hair, and persistent swelling, you look a little younger, maybe. Your face, such as it is, a regular human face, sans expression. The bed is comfortable. The bed underneath you is soft, if lumpy. Waves wash the sand underneath the hut, then grow distant to your ear. In the quiet hum of the organic heater, you fall asleep.
Like a deftly cast fishing net, sleep pulls you out of the world and into its dark shore. The rough mesh chafes, tightening around you, it digs into your brain.
Great, this is gonna be really chill.
How have things been going for you out there? Helped anyone lately? Saved anyone lately? Murdered anyone lately? Because you know you are a murderer. A disco music listening psycho killer who offs poor people and then forgets about it.
I don't care, that doesn't scare me.
Hear that? You are naive to think he's afraid of his bloodied hands. Soul brother. Oh no, I see inside his amygdala and his hippocampus. The thing he's really scared of is much, much worse than that.
What's it? What is it?
Don't tell him, sister. It's too bad.
Why are you doing this? I just want to sleep.
We're trying to help you. All these processes, these tortures, voices and tremors are all just distractions, flares and countermeasures to keep you from the last dream. The worst of them all.
The last dream?
The last dream will be total annihilation. Cinders peeling off the fuselage. We won't be there to help you anymore, Harry. We will be dormant. You will be naked and alone.
And the air will smell of apricots.
Of hell. An ancient sadness, brother. 10,000 years later, in front of the video rental, there is a warm breath on your face again. Everything is okay again.
Everything is so okay.
Doesn't sound like it will be okay.
Your eyelids flutter open for a moment. When you close them again, you sense the light of the room around you. You're back. In 2 seconds, the alarm will ring.
The last thought in your head before waking is, you need to go to the church.
Open your eyes. This poor bastard. Okay. We will face the day next time.